Hi, I'm Joshy Gaga from Disney's Midnight Mayhem, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Halloween is cool.
Hi friends, happy October. Thank you guys for checking out this video today. In my apartment this Halloween season, we've been spending so much time watching our favorite Halloween TV shows and movies, and so many of my favorite Halloween movies from when I was growing up are DCOMs. This month, Disney Channel released their newest Halloween DCOM, Under Wraps, which is a remake of the 1997 Halloween movie Under Wraps. And since Under Wraps is now streaming on Disney Plus, and I'm feeling nostalgic, I thought that it would be the best time to talk about the golden age of Halloween DCOMs, 1997 to 2001. Halloween DCOM started off so great in the late 90s, but as Disney Channel started to develop that kind of basic blueprint for all of their programming, Halloween movies became far less important and much more Disney Channel formulaic. And oh my god, that Disney Channel acting. Is there even a chance to bring good Halloween DCOMs back from the dead? Or should they just stay under wraps? Heh heh, heh heh, heh. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and are feeling just as nostalgic as I am, and comment below letting me know your favorite Halloween DCOM. In the heyday of Disney Channel original movies, there wasn't really a big musical movie or a big Christmas movie every year that you would look forward to, but there was a Halloween movie every year. Between 1997 and 2007, Disney Channel uploaded a new Halloween DCOM every year except for 2003. October and Halloween has always been a really big part of marketing for Disney Channel, being anchored by a new movie every year. I think that the true Hall of Fame of Halloween DCOMs are the movies from the first 5 years, from 1997 to 2001. Under Wraps, Halloweentown, Don't Look Under the Bed, Mom's Got a Date with the Vampire. They really nailed Halloween movies for families. Disney Channel starts off so strong with their first Halloween DCOM in 1997, Under Wraps, which coincidentally is the first official DCOM. Three friends, Marshall, Gilbert, and Amy, accidentally set a 3,000-year-old Egyptian mummy free in their neighborhood. These kids are so much braver than I am, and they quickly become friends with the mummy, even naming him Harold. But they realize that they don't get him back to his sarcophagus by midnight on Halloween, he's gonna turn to dust forever! And he'll never be reunited with his long-lost love, an ancient Egyptian queen. I really like this movie because the kids are so cute, and they're so fun, and they feel really realistic. Marshall is obsessed with horror movies and monster movies, so I feel like that's really relatable. And his room is full of lots of horror collectibles. He's got masks, he's got posters, he has life-sized creature monster things. I wish my room growing up looked like this. And Harold the Mummy is absolutely hilarious, and I'm obsessed with him. He gets to watch TV, he goes to a costume party, he even orders from a drive-thru, and he gets to learn how to ride a skateboard. There's also this subplot about Marshall's parents getting divorced and his mom is dating this new guy, so of course Marshall hates the new boyfriend. They're already starting the Disney Channel trope where for every movie or TV show ever, the parents are either divorced, one of them's dead, or one of them's missing, and they'll never let you forget it. But at the end of the day, Under Wraps is a very well-written, quirky monster movie with lots of heart, great spooky atmosphere, and a villain who is obnoxious for no reason. Disney Channel takes the quirky monster movie to a whole new level with its next Halloween DCOM, Halloweentown. Marnie Piper is a 13-year-old girl whose dad died, who loves all things spooky and magical, but her mom will never let her go out on Halloween. After her grandma, Debbie Reynolds, comes to visit on All Hallows Eve, Marnie discovers that her family is part of a long line of very powerful witches. The reason that she didn't know this is because Marnie's dad was a mere mortal, so Marnie's mom decides to keep the family away from magic so that they can live normal, human lives. So Marnie and her younger siblings, Dylan and Sophie, follow their grandma Aggie back on the bus and end up being warped away to Halloweentown, a magical place where monsters of all different kinds live in peace far away from the mortal world. Now, the family must stand together against the mysterious dark forces of evil in Halloweentown to save them from all turning scary and evil. I love Halloweentown because the lore and the atmosphere is just incredible. I feel like they really spent a lot of time developing the different characters and the monsters and the atmosphere. It's so good. It's such a step up from Under Wraps. The design and the incorporations of the magical creatures is just incredible. There's a werewolf hairstylist, there's a vampire that has to go to the dentist, there are pumpkin people, there's Benny the skeleton taxi driver, a ghost in a sweatbox, and even a cheetah dance instructor. This movie really stands out to me because the Halloweentown universe is so fleshed out, and I think the other really big difference between Under Wraps and Halloweentown is that Under Wraps is definitely more of a goofy comedy, while Halloweentown has a much more serious tone and is about the struggle of the family between good and evil. And Halloweentown gets pretty dark and scary towards the end, at least for Disney Channel. Drew and I actually went to see Halloweentown at an outdoor film series this month, and it was so much fun. It was so cool to see all the millennials that saw it growing up coming to see it on the big screen, and also some of the parents even bringing their own kids to experience it with them. And my girl Kimmy J was there in her cute little Halloween 2 hat. It was so cute. We also ordered this Halloweentown book off Etsy. Unofficial, I hope you can see it. And if you open it up in the middle, you'll see there's a drawing of Marnie. So cute. Disney Channel may have taken the scary factor a little bit too far for their next Halloween DCOM. Don't Look Under the Bed is hands down the scariest movie I saw as a kid. Well, except for Scream when I was 7. Frances, whose parents are still together, is plagued by all of these strange pranks that keep happening around her. Her teacher's car gets egged, there's jello in the pool, a fancy soup gets replaced with gym socks, all the dogs are up on the roof. It's so crazy. So she meets this older boy, Larry, who tells her that he's an imaginary friend, and that the boogeyman is the person that's framing her for all of these pranks. But Frances's little brother Darwin accidentally steps in some boogie goo and gets captured by the boogeyman, keeping him locked away under Frances's bed. Can alien superstar Grimes and this random imaginary friend team up to take down the boogeyman once and for all? Or will Darwin succumb to the boogie goo? The design of the boogeyman is so scary. Even now, it's still kind of scary. It turns out that the original design of the boogeyman was much scarier, but the team decided that he should be a little bit less scary, so they turned him Victorian and have him speak in limericks instead. I guess because rhymes equal spooky but not scary? Spoilers, sorry, I hate to be the one to spoil a 20-plus-year-old movie. The real scariest part of the movie is Larry's transformation into a boogeyman. Disney didn't have to do us so dirty like that. Don't Look Under the Bed was met with plenty of disgruntled parents who thought that the film was way too scary for Disney Channel. So eventually, Disney Channel pulls the movie from their Halloween lineup after 2006. However, they did show it in October 2017 on a random Saturday morning at 3 a.m. After Don't Look Under the Bed, Disney Channel comes back the next year with a lighter-toned Mom's Got a Date with the Vampire. After teen siblings Adam and Chelsea get grounded the night before their big concert and her big date, they need to devise a plan to get their mom out of the house for the night. While looking at the secret personal ads in the newspaper, Adam suggests that they send their mom on a date so that they can sneak out.
Yeah, but Mom hasn't been on a date since she and Dad split up.
So they pick the first guy they can find in the newspaper who isn't incarcerated. A guy who loves wild animals and late night walks beneath the full moon, who hates Italian food and turtlenecks. What could possibly go wrong? They email him at wolfsbane@netherlink.ro, telling him to meet them and their mom at the supermarket so that they know he's the real deal. Little did they know, there's actually a vampire on the other side of that email. And the reveal of this with the computer next to his coffin is just so nuts. They force a meetup between the vampire Dimitri and their mom, played by Carolyn Ray, who's playing the same character that she always plays. Dimitri, played by Hunkosaurus Mr. Sheffield, puts the charms on their mom and ends up taking her out. Now, Adam, Chelsea, and their little brother Taylor must team up with Lizzie McGuire's dad, who's a moonlit vampire hunter, to save their mom before she gets eaten by Mr. Sheffield. Fran would have died for this vampire. Of course, they save the day and Mom does not get killed by the vampire. I feel like this movie is very much upbeat and far less scary than Don't Look Under the Bed. Dimitri really isn't scary, he's just scary hot. There's even a part where Caroline Rhea performs at a rockabilly bar. If you're asking if I'm in love, maybe. But she's not actually singing, so that's a thing. Can you imagine if the movie just took a sudden left turn and he killed her? Nobody ever dies in Disney Channel movies.
Nobody was killed?
Nobody was killed at Stonewall.
Well, except for all those dead parents. Mom's Got a Date with the Vampire premiered in 2000, and if you remember the magical year of 2000, you'll know that Disney Channel released one new DCOM every month in the year 2000, which means that we were blessed with 2 spooky movies this year. Phantom of the Megaplex premiered in November of 2000 and sets the story of the Phantom of the Opera on the night of a big horror movie premiere. 17-year-old assistant manager of the Megaplex, Pete, gets stuck babysitting his 2 younger siblings while he's working the big premiere of Midnight Mayhem, so that their widowed mom can go out with her new boyfriend, George. When things start to go wrong, everyone thinks that the legendary Phantom of the Megaplex is here to destroy the premiere. Although this isn't a Halloween movie, there are so many different twists and turns as Pete and the other crew members try to save the day. Mickey Rooney is also there for some reason. The Phantom is really terrifying when he's just sneaking around and I just can't with that giant inflatable T-Rex that attacks the audience during the movie. This movie is absolutely brilliant and one of the best spooky DCOMs. Maybe I'm a little biased because I love going to the movies. In the last movie of the Golden Age in 2001, the Cromwell Witches are back in Halloweentown 2, Calabar's Revenge. This sequel was randomly directed by Mary Lambert, who directed Pet Sematary and Pet Sematary 2.
That's weird.
2 years after they saved Halloweentown from Calabar, Marnie and Grandma Aggie return to Halloweentown and discover that the town and all of its citizens have turned gray and boring. It turns out that Marnie's brand new crush Cal is actually Calabar's evil warlock's son, and he's out to destroy Halloweentown once and for all. Cal and Calabar think that the Cromwells are the reason that the humans took over the mortal world, and Cal ultimately just wants revenge for them defeating his father. Cal turns all of the monsters in Halloweentown into regular, boring human versions of themselves, and he's going to turn all of the humans at the costume party into the monsters that they're dressed up as. And he wants to close the portal between Halloweentown and the mortal world forever! The human versions of the different Halloweentown characters are so funny. My girl Astrid has no fashion sense.
I'm Astrid.
Benny is a super slow driver and has flesh and skin now. Gort is all nice and organized instead of being a big mess and mean. And Luke also got a huge glow up and he is so cute. I can say that because I first saw this movie when I was little, right? The mask that Marnie's mom wears to the Halloween party is so scary, and when she turns into the real monster, it's even scarier. Like, this was allowed, and like, they thought Don't Look Under the Bed was scary. I really love the sequel more than the original because Halloweentown has evolved so much over the past few years. There's a much more mature feel to Halloweentown this time, and there's so much more room for a better story when the movie starts with Marnie already knowing that she has powers. My favorite new detail in this movie are the headphones.
Except they work like magic.
Oh!
Despite them being really scary, they are super productive and so fun. And the Halloween atmosphere in Marnie's hometown is so cool with all the fog and all the decorations. It's so cute. My favorite scene at the end of the movie, spoilers again, sorry, is when everybody runs around Halloweentown yelling,
Trappa! Trappa! Trappa!
Trappa! Trappa! Trappa! Trappa! And that, my friends, is where the golden era of Halloween DCOMs sadly comes to an end. At least in my opinion, but I've never been wrong before. After Halloweentown 2, the quality of the Disney Channel Halloween movies drastically drops. But the Under Wraps remake that premiered this month is actually really good. It takes all of the good elements from the original movie and just kind of ups it and modernizes it. There are so many funny moments with Harold.
Today are below average for...
You want to order 13 bags of birdseed. Is that correct?
And they even make a short film starring Harold as a mummy. Absolutely iconic. I think the tone and the charm of this remake is absolutely perfect, and I hope that this sets the standard for new DCOMs to come in the next few years. As an adult, I do feel a little biased because the movies aren't really made for me, but I can still tell the difference between good quality and bad quality, so let me know in the comments below which one of these Halloween DCOM movies is your favorite. I think I would say that Halloweentown 2 is definitely my favorite Halloween DCOM, not only because of its spooky atmosphere and how fun it is, but I think they really took the Halloweentown story and were able to evolve it on a much stronger and more mature way. I can't wait to show all of these Halloween movies to our kids one day, and if you want to watch any of these movies right now, you can watch all of them on Disney Plus, except for the original Under Wraps, which I don't really understand why. Thank you guys for checking out this video. I hope you feel just as nostalgic as I do. Bye! But Mom hasn't been on a date since... well, since Dad died. Oh, that's not it. Well, since she and Dad split up.